Hey guys, so we're playing a 15-2 against an opponent rated 2072 on Lichess. I just went biking, so I'm a little tired. I hope you all won't mind. So yesterday we lost. Quite clearly we lost. It wasn't even a close contest. Against an opponent rated 2142, I think, if I remember correctly. Is interested. Shameless spamming on the chat. Okay, so yesterday, the game that we played, we castled early, just like we did now, and then we never developed this bishop here. So tonight we're gonna try to avoid this pain that we had, where one of my pieces was stuck for the whole game. So what can I do? So maybe I should try to advance this pawn and then try to put my knight there. I could also put my knight there already, although I feel like this pawn should advance. I don't know what to do with my bishop yet. Maybe a fianchetto. Which is weird, but I have time. So they haven't moved their central pawns yet. So I think I'm walking right into their style of play by fianchettoing this bishop here. So you can tell already that they've fianchettoed both their bishops. I don't know if they're gonna play at some point, maybe d4 or e4. Well, probably not e4 right now. I'm thinking d4. Bishop b7 then. Knight c3 maybe, attacking this pawn. Adding an attacker to this pawn. So let's say knight c3 and then rook here. Could be interesting for them. So yesterday my opponent had played pretty slowly, like my opponent is right now, and we got crushed. And you know, when you see your opponent taking so much time for, you know, like a calm, easy to play position, you're thinking, well, this is gonna be easy, I'm gonna flag them, a walk in the park, and then like 10 moves later, you just lost like a queen and a rook and a bishop. So we're gonna try to avoid that. So they played e3, maybe trying to push d4. I'm not sure that they had to be worried about pushing d4 alone. So the obvious move here would be bishop b7, completing the fianchetto. So I'm not sure what the plan is right now. I could almost play this move here. I don't know if it could achieve anything. Maybe they would simply play e3. d3. Okay, let's forget about it. So what's our plan? It's hard to see how to attack on the king side. My king is safe right now. But they could try to mess things up at some point. They could try to play h4. My bishop is pretty far from the defense. Sorry. Can I storm on the queen side maybe? I could try to exchange. Oops. And then attack the pawn once more. Maybe they can try to defend then, and then I can try to pile up on the d file. So do I need to exchange the pawn here in order to first pile up? And also at some point they could actually play d4. And if they do, they can try. Okay, so maybe their plan is to put the rook on d1, and then my queen here would have to move. So maybe exchanging isn't that much of a good idea. I could try, you know, like some silly move like knight here, trying to trap the rook. But then they could, you know, just push the pawn. And I've basically wasted the move, I guess. So bishop here, knight here. Trying to hit that pawn. Queen, rook at some point. So maybe queen here, rook here, and then queen back. Because this rook move is probably coming at one point or another, and probably soon enough. So I have to make a move with my queen. Do I have to be scared of that knight move? Well, so far no. So I'll do that. So now we're planning on this, trying to move the queen away from the center lines because the rook is coming. Okay, so now it's much more interesting to capture, because now the pawn can go back here and protect the square here. So here, let's say that they take with the pawn, either that or this, or I could actually play this right now. And then they could move their queen. The only thing though is that then these two would be aligned. So do I want to miss my chance? If I play rook here, then they can capture quickly, and then I can't play my bishop here. So maybe I should try to play my bishop here first, and then try to move my rook. Okay, let's try this. So it takes them to move to actually unpin the pawn now, because it's pinned both to the queen and then the rook. If they play knight here, attacking both my queen and my knight, I could probably capture the knight, but then that leaves this knight attacked afterwards, and I'm not sure where I'd like to put it. So we'll move the rook in the center, trying to get rid of the pin on the knight, the eventual pin on the knight. So now if I move my knight, he comes here with his knight, which is less than stellar. If I put my knight here, kind of pseudo threatening to go there, but nothing too interesting. So the knight here is coming. Maybe I can move my knight, and then when they come here, I can simply retreat. Or I can retreat right now. Queen here, maybe. So let's say we exchange. Let's say he captures back with the pawn, my knight here. Then maybe at some point I could try to bring my queen here, if it's safe to do so. If he captures back with the knight, then it's not too clear that I can do anything about the pin. I can try to move my knight there, sure. Then they can try to move this knight here. Queen here, I guess. I really don't like that square anymore. And I can't capture back if they jump in there. If I open up this diagonal, then my queen is kind of bound to the defense of the knight for the time being. Maybe I should move my knight right away. This square becomes... okay, yeah, so I shouldn't. Maybe I can try to put my bishop there instead. Well, we'll have to make a move. We're getting low on time already and we're at move 12. So, do I want to go? I think I'll go here. It looks strange, but this diagonal here, like the knight, I wouldn't want the knight to come here at some point. So if they try to dislodge this knight here, then it's gonna have to move back, and I'd rather it moves back here. And also, let's say that it doesn't go back here. Let's say I capture the pawn or whatever. If my queen isn't on that diagonal, if it's here, then they could move their knight there. So I don't want to exchange too quickly now because of this weak square. If I play my knight here trying to challenge the knight, then this king side here becomes somewhat weak. Maybe in the long run it could be a problem. I could try to open things up, but I don't feel like I'm in a good position to open things up. Maybe I can try some type of strange maneuver with my knight. Trying to challenge the center or something. Also, maybe they're thinking about playing this move here. Let's say that they move their queen somewhere here, then they push. If my knight is here, then they can't push really. Okay, so the knight is annoying. I want it to move. So what's the best way? I could actually try to just retreat here and hope for the best. So you can see that this is awful in terms of space. I'm all cramped. And also these two pieces, so they're on the wrong side of the board, and they're basically just hitting a pawn that's pinned to the queen, and as soon as the queen moves, then these two pieces are you know, they're just misplaced essentially. So I have to move them back. As soon as this knight moves, the knight could try to go here if my queen protects the square and this pawn is still on the file. Otherwise it's, well, right now it would simply be a lost knight. I could play a3, preparing b4, maybe. If they play queen h5, okay. I was about to say I could play f6 anyway, and I think I'm gonna try to play f6 now. It does weaken this square quite a bit, so if they play bishop h3 at some point, maybe I could try to exchange knights and then challenge the center. So let's say I push, they take, I take back with my queen, I suppose. They play bishop h3, maybe I can try to bring my bishop back. Okay, I don't like f6. It weakens the square way too much. Maybe I can try to play my bishop here instead. Maybe I'm gonna end up with two fianchetto bishops. But this bishop here serves a purpose right now. So if they push now they can't push. So that's why I was mentioning a3. Maybe I can try to play f5. Maybe I should exchange first. I'll take the knight. So here I was thinking I could try to play this and then maybe retreat here if it becomes attacked. Then they could... Well, okay, let's try this. So obviously if they try to gain the tempo on my bishop by moving the queen there, I can take with check. So I guess I'll have to retreat. Or maybe there's some type of in-between moves I can try, like exchanging the pawns. So we're talking about a wasted move here. So the pawn is still pinned. If the queen moves somewhere and doesn't protect it, I can't win it. So let's say I exchange, they take back, I take, they take, and if I take, then obviously they're gonna take back. So maybe their best move would be to try to pile up on the F file now. So queen here, rook here maybe. It's hard to see how the D file is going to open up. It'll be, at some point it will be possibly half opened, but never quite opened because of this. Maybe if we exchange a bunch of times on this square, then I can try to push with c5 and then the d file could become open. So they would be left with like two isolated e pawns. That would be good for me in the endgame if I reach the endgame, because right now I have like 2 minutes 48 left. Okay, so they're trying to break through. I'd rather exchange this pawn, trying to leave them with double D pawns, E pawns, but the thing is that if they play this move at some point, then I don't think that I'm gonna be able to keep them doubled. So the knight is pinned. Not useful yet. I can try to play rook takes, and then pin, but then queen here ends the matter. Queen here, and if the knight moves somewhere, maybe I can try to win this pawn. Maybe I can try to double rooks, pile up on the file. Or maybe I can try to exchange and then... Well, if I exchange now and they take back with the pawn, I really don't like the fact that they have like 4 pawns in the C, D, E files. So I shouldn't exchange. If I move my knight here, if they push, I can take this pawn. We'll try this. We'll see what happens. So obviously, I'm saying I can take this pawn because the knight is pinned to the queen right now. And the thing is, I wanted to retreat my bishop, but I couldn't quite safely do it, because if my knight was still there and my bishop moves, then they can simply capture my knight, and when I take back, then I'm left with the ugly pawns and then on the A file, while they have like this strong blockade in the center that's gonna explode at some point. So I had to move my knight, and my knight could either go here or here. And here I saw that, well, first of all, the knight can't move right now, and also if they try to dislodge it, then I can simply win a pawn. I could try to keep in mind that maybe at some point, if this bishop becomes protected, maybe b5 could be interesting, and once the knight moves, then b6, b4. Opening up an attack on the queen, but this is really interesting only if it skewers the queen. Let's say if there's a rook here, or if it pins the queen, if the king is there. But either way, then the knight could always retreat. So I don't think... Now that we've exchanged the pawns, I think that my bishop here, although it holds the knight, I don't think that it belongs there. Not for too long, at least. A good move, I think, for them would be either queen here or queen here, protecting the pawn, breaking the pin on the knight. Okay, so now I have a free pawn, but is it really free though? Like, what's the catch? Can I just capture it? Can I capture it? And do I capture it with my rook or my knight? Okay, let's try with the rook. I'm not sure what the best move was, and I'm running very low on time. So interestingly enough, now maybe queen c5 could be played. So if they protect, and let's say that it's my move and my queen is here, then I could try to play knight e2 check. The queen would be pinned, so it can't capture the knight, and after we've traded queens, I win the rook. Okay, let's try it. I'm scared of b4, but right now it doesn't work. b4 doesn't work right now. I could still play knight e2 check. Have to be careful not to walk into too many pins. Okay, so they saw right through me. So now if the knight moves, my queen is attacked. And it could actually come here. I can't capture back. So I think I may have walked into something I dislike. And I have to play much faster. So now they can win this pawn, I think. Safely, I think. So they have to be wary of some type of back rank attacks. So if they capture here, I'm sorry, I have to concentrate. So right now, all my moves have to be played almost instantaneously. I don't know if it's safe or not. Oh, man. So now I'm getting uncomfortable. Ah. Oh man, that was close. Oh yes. Oh, okay, guys. So, my heart's beating like crazy right now. So I thought I was lost. I thought I was a goner. I almost sacked my queen. So let's just go back. I really hadn't seen it. So obviously the plan here was trying. I was just for an all-out attack. So I was hoping to play my bishop there. And what I thought was that they were gonna play here, and then I thought, well, I can always put my rook there, and then I'm safe. And then when they played there, I hadn't seen this move before, and as you can see, I have a real problem because this rook is attacked and this pawn is attacked, and I have to deal with this pretty quickly, and my knight can't come back here. So I was, quickly I was thinking about trying to sack here and trying to fork the queen in some way. So I was hoping, like I was looking at queen and then king takes, and then I was trying to look at the forking square, and then I saw that the if the king is here, I can fork the queen, but not there. And then I realized that this is spin, so I just played the knight move, as you saw. I got very lucky by the end. You know, like in terms of position, the position is fine, or was fine until the end. But time-wise, it was hard to play. Here, I feel like they can try to win. There's something in the air. I don't know if it works or not. So here, you know, I said I think that they can capture the pawn, but I'm not sure now, because as soon as the knight moves, I open up the attack on the back rank with my rook. So I don't know if I can try to play some type of... Oh, well, no. Okay, so no. Okay, so let's go back. My rook is blocked by the knight, so I'm not sure that this move was not possible. Maybe they didn't see it. Hard to tell. So now I don't understand this move, and also I should note that they're not short on time at all. So maybe I'm missing something. Let's go look at the analysis real quick. I want to see at the end. So here, okay, so here the score is minus 0.4. So okay, so the best move was rook takes c7. Oh, and I missed this move here. The pawn was hanging. I didn't know. I should have, but... Okay, so here was a huge mistake. It went from minus 3.5 to minus 0.4. So that... You know, like, I guess it has its merits, given that I'm very low on time. The thing that I don't like about... Oh, so I guess that their plan all along was trying to fork my rook in this square here. So if I capture, they check, I go back, and then they... So that was their plan all along. So it was actually a good move. Had I not had... If I didn't have the fork. Oh, no. Also... Oh, okay, yeah, so they have back rank issues as well. So this was trying to free them from the back rank issues. I checked them just because I was so low on time. And now they don't have any back rank issues. So now they went along with their plan, but I got lucky that this was possible. So anyway, I think I lucked out. Time-wise, it was I was very low on time, and I was about to lose the game, and I would have lost the game had it not been of this quick thing. And I'm even surprised that they didn't even try to play along, because I could still have lost on time. You know, I had like 2 seconds left, which is basically the increment amount. I think I'm happy with the game. I think, you know, like if you look at the score in the opening, the score is somewhat in their favor, and here the position, as I said, I'm cramped, and I keep getting cramped, and then it went a little bit better, and then you could see that they were walking in all types of troubles with their pins, and then dropping a pawn, and then, you know, like here I had like 4 seconds left, so time troubles set in. And so I guess I'll be done for tonight. Thanks guys for watching. I'll be back soon enough. Please subscribe and follow. Have a good one.